At 377 today, we're talking about some standouts in yesterday's overtime matchup. We saw Montreal and Calgary only game of the night that went to overtime, and it was a really close game and really competitive, really feisty game. Two Canadian teams going at it, obviously, and Calgary trying to get in the mix of the win and trying to get more wins on the board. They ended up getting a point out of this one, but they still lost. That's the big thing is Calgary right now. They need wins and they need to stack some up in order to get some momentum going, and they haven't been able to do that quite yet. And a little bit concerning on there just because of the fact that they're not getting a lot of offense right now, and their leading scorer, I believe, is Nazem Kadri, and he's less than a point a game. So you need to be able to have, especially if you're Calgary side, your top guys to be your top guys all the time. Matt Cornell to be scoring consistently. Huberdeau to be Huberdeau, Kenzie Rico to be a lockdown, and be Decimal to be elite in net. So a lot of qualities have to go right in order for their season to really turn around quickly, be able to retain that momentum throughout the rest of the year. But on Montreal's side, I thought they recovered quite nicely. They had some adversity throughout the game that they were able to handle, manage, and whether it be hits or physical contact, because Calgary obviously has some bigger guys on their back end and up front that can hit and kind of get in your face. And they were going after Wayne Hudson and Cole Caulfield and Ivan Demidov and all those guys, unsurprisingly, just because of the fact that they're skill guys and they're going to take contact. So with Montreal, I thought they did a good job of handling it, not taking too many penalties. There were occasions where they took penalties, but they weren't necessarily, I would say, dumber penalties. They were just penalties that were caused by the occasion of the rush, or a couple ones that you could have wanted back. But just on the penalty side of things, I thought they were pretty controlled there. They're killing a lot of them. They're able to keep the score tight, so that was huge for them. And they were doing a good job of that throughout the game with their PK and being able to have their structure down and being able to just block shots, get in front of shots, getting above the puck and being able to stay in front. And yeah, a lot of their guys were noticeable. I mean, Cole Caulfield's been buzzing ever since game one. Lane Hudson's been Lane Hudson. I thought Mike Matheson was extremely noticeable in this game. The way he's moving, the way he's transitioning, the way he's able to gain speed offensively and through the neutral zone was the quality of his that he's had for a very long time. His game, he's weaponized that. And this season, he's looked very, very good. And I believe he's a free agent after this year, too. So you very well could be in a situation where if he plays well up until the trade deadline, maybe look to trade him for something else because there's a chance he could regress off. And especially if he has like a point a game season this year, maybe you look to trade him, get some value out of him, and then you can still have the core that you have intact and be able to rely upon those guys. Because that's the thing too with Mike Matheson. We saw Jake Ballman get a 7 year extension, I believe 7 million a year. I would imagine Mike Matheson's next contract is going to be around 7 or 8. And do you really want to pay Mike Matheson that much money when you have Lane Hudson? Potentially have some other guys coming up through the system too. So you have to be cautious of that if you're Montreal. It's gonna be an interesting situation, in my opinion, to see how that all plays out. And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep him though, just because of the way the cap's going and stuff like that. He's become a valuable player to their back end. Montreal is one of the highest scoring teams from the blue line. I believe they have over 20 points. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that leads the NHL right now. Actually, their defense core, Montreal's defense core, has more points than Calgary's whole forward core, which is another intriguing stat. So, I mean, their their defense has been offense, and their offense has still been their offense. That's the intriguing part of Montreal is they've gotten offense all around, and they've gotten great goaltending in the middle of that too, and combines for a team that's very dangerous and fun to watch. When you combine those elements, you have every position basically playing well. And I remember last year where we were talking about Montreal, and we were a team that was they're at the last bit of the NHL standing too, and they were able to have that turnaround and obviously make the playoffs and try to make a run at it against Washington in round one. Came pretty close. So this year, this is just a really improved version of their team, and they look better. They look, I don't know if confident is the right word, but they look like they can transition the puck a little bit quicker. They look like they have more pace and rhythm to their game, a lot more chemistry with the guys that have been there for so long already, and that's just allowed them to be a weapon up front offensively and being able to have different elements that can allow them to be able to have offense basis. So they're exciting to watch. Their team that I don't know how long they're able to keep this momentum going, but it's very fluid right now. It's exciting to watch, and they're doing a great job of it so far too.